Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome to your reading for the week of... sorry, this deck isn't cooperating. The week of December 26th. We're going to jump right in here, Aquarius. And we're going to do a past, present, future spread. So, obviously, we're going to look at your past position in this first row here. I have this word like a new motivation or something like that popping into my head. So, but I feel like you need, a new motivation. I think you need something new that motivates you to success or to put work into something here. Do I think this is a bad thing? I would say no. I feel like it could be if you obviously don't get moving. But I also feel that this could be just trying to motivate you towards success as well. I'll just tell you how I feel about this reading here, Aquarius. It's today, I really didn't need to do readings today. I'm a little bit ahead, right? But, and it's taken me, I was okay, I'll just do my 4 readings, because I made a promise to myself a while ago that I'll always do 4 readings a day. But it's taken me, 3 hours to do 3 readings. I kid you not. So I feel a little bit slow today, right? And all this other stuff. I get that feeling here. This is why I'm saying this for you here in this reading. I'm an Aquarius rising. My sun is super close to Aquarius as well. I'm an early Pisces, and so, I feel that energy here in your reading, and it's kind of interesting. It's I feel like you could be achieving a lot. You have this Capricorn card. You also have the Devil as well showing up. Kind of looks like I feel like on the surface, this middle row looks a little bit scary. Devil, Tower. You have the 3 of Swords, 8 of Swords here, so a little bit of a stuck feeling. But again, I always tell people, you're not watching tarot. People are always you're too positive. I'm no, I'm not. Tarot isn't positive or negative. You're watching this because you can avoid this. The week hasn't happened yet, right? And number 2, you're watching this because it's kind of going to give you some ideas on how to get around, this energy or whatever you want to call it. Tarot isn't a prison sentence, as I always say, but I feel like there's something you want to achieve. There's something, there are probably multiple things that you want to achieve. You see yourself being very successful. I see Aquarius, and so I feel like you're kind of trying to take the lead, but it's going to require you this right here. I mean, the reading is very simple, actually. I think your answer is the 2 of Wands. So you have the 2 of Wands, you have the 8 of Swords, and the Death card. And sorry, I keep forgetting that I've been pulling 2 cards for each position here. So you have the Sun here as well, which says Source. And, that Sun card, I feel like it's talking about Source as in you. I feel like it's saying you need to go back to your heart. What does your heart want? Again, you have this 2 of Wands. And 2 of Wands really tells me, you see here, there's this village down below him, and that's where he has always been. He needs to leave a comfort zone to become very successful. I'm pretty sure I said to you in your part 2 2023 reading that you need to leave a comfort zone. I think you had the same thing, the same card, 2 of Wands. And it's almost like if you could just push yourself past the point where you would normally give up, or if you would just do something differently. I know that sounds very obvious, but if you would do that, I feel like you're going to find a lot of success in your life, is what I would say. And again, this is your past position, but I kind of feel like this is something that is going on right now. Something feels very far away to me. This is a good bad reading, or I should say a bad good reading, maybe in that direction here, Aquarius. I feel like there's some scary stuff here, but I feel like there's also this big glowing amount of potential is what I see in my head. It's okay, maybe things seem a little bit rough right now in your life. Some of you, I feel are fine, but maybe you're just going through a breakup or a separation, or maybe you're just going through a little bit of emotional time. But there's something over here. I literally can see it out of the corner of my eye, glowing opportunity. I don't know. We're going to look into it. You have the 8 of Swords here, self-imposed restriction, keeping yourself stuck. I feel like you need to stop doing this. Again, not calling you out, as always, Aquarius, but if you feel like you're not worthy, or if you're not capable of, accomplishing something, doing, starting that business, starting that YouTube channel or whatever, I feel like you have to get out of your head, but it's more like you have to overcome imposter syndrome, and that's what I feel with this 8 of Swords. It's more of this, feeling of not being good enough, or not being able to see something through to the end, or whatever the case may be. It has to change. You have the Death card here. I also feel like you need to believe that things can improve. There's this right here, there's this sun coming up between the 2 pillars that are on the moon. And it's a symbol of kind of the sun coming up. You're leaving a moon period behind. But everything you have here in this first row, a lot of the stuff in the reading in general, kind of represents needing to see the truth, in that the truth is in making a change. If we look here, it's everybody on this card is begging for their life from this Death Rider, except this child is holding up a flower to the Death Rider. The child, it kind of represents the fact that children embrace change. Children are curious. They want to be curious. They ask a lot of questions. So it's like children are not afraid of change necessarily. And someone always leaves me some example. I don't care about your grandkid that doesn't like change and all this other stuff. Great. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, for the most part, children ask a lot of questions. For the most part, children embrace change. They are excited by change. They want to do new things. They're excited by new things, new opportunities, right? So I feel if you could, look, even if we go across here, we go to the Six of Cups, and, I feel like for a lot of you, it's like, this childlike energy is coming up in this reading. It wouldn't surprise me if some of you were dealing with children, but this is different. I feel like this is more about you. I don't think this is a reading that's talking about necessarily like people in your life, although there's like some stuff here, but, I feel like it's saying there are things like when you embrace that childlike energy, I feel like you're much more free. With the Two of Wands, you have this criticism card. I'm wondering if some of you didn't leave a comfort zone to go towards something that you thought you wanted because you were afraid of being criticized by other people. This has come up for multiple people. Multiple people this week have had the Queen of Wands. That is the Queen of Wands to me. The Queen of Wands, she, on the positive side of things, she doesn't care what anyone thinks. She goes towards what she wants, and it's just that simple, right? And I feel like you need to embrace that energy, but I'm wondering if like criticism got in the way. It could be self-criticism as well of you kind of like achieving something, right? With the Eight of Swords, you have this empathy card here, and I feel like you're hoping for empathy. Why do I feel like saying that? I feel like saying hoping for empathy. Can we just clarify it? You have this manipulation card as well. Some of you definitely could have been dealing with manipulation in the past, but what I would say here is that this manipulation card is a card of, it's not really manipulation. It's like law of attraction. It's like using your powers of manifestation to manipulate the energy in your life around you so that you can be more successful. I also do feel like some of you, it's like if you have people in your life who you trust, maybe some of you can kind of like lean on those people to improve your life, or maybe you just need to share your thoughts or something like that. I do get a very stuck in the head energy on the Eight of Swords, and I feel like you need to open up to people who matter to you, for sure. With the Death card, you have this Power card as well. A lot of Scorpio energy here, so some of you could be dealing with a Scorpio. Some of you could be meeting a Scorpio in the future, but I kind of feel like I'm wondering if there was some sort of control that you're leaving behind. This reading isn't very clear to me in the beginning, but I kind of feel that some of you might be leaving behind something that has been controlling you for a long time. Again, let's keep going because maybe we'll get more clarity in just a second. Next, in the area of your present energies, you have this Not For You card. You also have this Leg Up card as well. So I do feel like you could be getting some sort of a leg up, or you could be kind of, there's like some sort of lift coming in for you here. Some of you had a loss, right, where something is not for you, is what I'm feeling clearly. I mean, I feel this is very obvious. I feel like you're saying duh to me right now with this energy. It's like something was not for you. I feel like something was unlucky as well. And now you're being lifted up, but you're still thinking about something here, Aquarius. And you could still be thinking about something from the past. But I feel like this is what you should be focusing on, is that you're being lifted up to something much, much more great. And you have the Devil, the King of Swords, and the Tower here. For some of you, the Devil can be a toxic energy that has been controlling you. It could be that King of Swords, could be an air sign, could of course be any sign. But, I feel like you need to choose to set yourself free. Here's the thing with the Devil. Again, if you're dealing with a person that is toxic, that you know is toxic, those people, the chains around their necks are meant to look very loose. The thing is that for some of you, I'm wondering if you either were dealing with a person or are dealing with a person. I feel like when you set yourself free, they're still going to be chained to the Devil. They're still going to be chained to this toxic energy. But I feel like this reading is saying you don't have to stay stuck. This reading is really encouraging you to leave a comfort zone, even if this is not love for you here, Aquarius. This reading, I feel like it's all over the place. It's weird. It's like very focused, but sometimes when I get readings like this, I'm wondering if you're dealing with a confused person in the first place who is just like all over the place, right? But even if you're not dealing with love, you have that Two of Wands. So whatever you're dealing with doesn't matter. I feel like you need to focus on kind of leaving some sort of comfort zone. And the devil, could just be your environment. It could be something around you that is preventing you from creating a new beginning. The devil actually has a lot to do with creativity because he kind of represents like our baser instincts, our animal instincts. If you look right here, these people, they have animal horns on their heads, and it represents, again, kind of like our root chakra energy, our baser instincts. Sometimes I feel with the devil, it's like we have to take that energy up to our heads and we have to put it out into the world. And sometimes I feel that, again, we could be feeling stuck. It's kind of a weird reading. It's almost like I see you kind of climbing this ladder. You're in darkness. I just have to tell you what I feel because this reading is so all over the place, Aquarius. But it's like you're climbing this ladder, darkness. There's light above you here. First, I was seeing it over here. I don't know. I feel like I lost like half of you here. But you have the King of Swords. I kind of feel like this is your energy. I feel like you're actually in a very strong position, Aquarius. I feel like you need to trust yourself. I feel like you need to trust your inner voice, nobody else. I feel like if you're fearing criticism, I would just get rid of that feeling because I feel like there's a change that you could be wanting to make, but you could be fearing that you're going to be criticized by other people. And you have the Tower. A lot of people have had the Tower this week again, so it wouldn't really surprise me if there was like global Tower moments happening, as I've been saying. But I do feel like some of you have had a Tower moment with a person. For some of you, for others, it's like a missed opportunity. It could be in like work or business, I feel. But I wouldn't worry too much about it if it's in work or business because I kind of feel like you're moving towards something better. Even in love, again, I feel like regardless, you're moving towards something better. It's like you're climbing this ladder out of darkness. Hopefully we can get more details on what the hell is going on here. With the Devil card, you have this health card. I would definitely focus on your health for sure. For some of you, this person could have affected your health, made you feel sick or, whatever. I would be careful of that. But what I would also say is I would make sure you're doing things to stay healthy. And I'm not a doctor, so do not take this as medical advice. But I feel like you're going to need your health. And so I would just, do things to stay healthy. With the King of Swords, you have this detachment card. I feel like you are detached or detaching from something. I feel like you need to be careful of detachment as well, like just detaching from something and not facing something or not processing some information. Some of you, again, if you need help, if you need to talk to a person, I definitely would do that with the King of Swords here. King of Swords can represent a person who can solve your problems very quickly. And so don't be afraid to, talk to someone if you need help in your life, just in any area of your life, doesn't matter. But I do feel like, I do also feel like if you're detaching from something toxic, obviously that's going to be a good thing. With the Tower, you have the excitement card. Okay, that changes things a little bit. And so things could be getting exciting, but I feel like it has to do with leaving a comfort zone, especially with that Two of Wands, right? And so I feel like that things cannot be the same for too much longer. And again, you have that leg up card. So I feel like you're being lifted up towards something, but this is under your own efforts is what I feel. Normally with that leg up card, I feel like you are being lifted up. I feel like you are, like, in the sense that the universe is maybe giving you signs, symbols, and things like that, like leading you up this ladder, helping you ascend into something. At the end here, for your future position, you have this emotions card. It says, focused on your love life instead of work. I'd be careful of that. It says, careful to not allow work to interfere with love or the other way around. It also says here, your emotions are getting the better of you and affecting your career. There was tons of like emotional stuff going on over here. Know that whatever decision you made, it was the right one. So again, if you're beating yourself up over a decision, clearly it was the right decision, no matter what. I'm of the belief that we cannot make a wrong decision, even if it seems like it in the moment. You have the Three of Swords here, so you could be going through healing as well. But I do feel like you have made the correct decision, even if it led to a heartbreak, or if you broke your own heart, or you broke someone else's heart. Doesn't matter. It was the right decision. You have the Three of Swords, Four of Cups, and the Six of Cups here. Again, some of you could be thinking about the past here. With the Six of Cups, you could be thinking a lot about past situations, past people, past whatever, past happiness. But I really feel that this is the energy you need to focus on, is your childlike energy, curiosity, being bold, being happy, asking questions, protecting your own happiness as well. Letting your inner child out as well kind of comes up with this Six of Cups. So, our inner child is, there might be things that you've wanted to do for many years with your life. And I feel like you need to go explore those ideas. Again, you have the Three of Swords here. So some of you are definitely going through something emotional. Could be a breakup, but it might not even involve a person. The Three of Swords It's raining on the card, so it can just represent grief. And, again, this is like a little bit of a tricky energy, not going to lie, this reading. Again, I don't think it might not resonate with many of you, whatever's going on here, but Three Swords about forgiveness. So regardless of what side you're on here, maybe you need to forgive a person or you need to forgive yourself, right? With this Three of Swords so that you can pull these swords out of your heart. You have the Four of Cups here. It's like Four Cups sometimes can be, of course, a situation where a person thought the grass was greener on the other side and it wasn't. So this could be you, could be your person, whatever. But what I would say here is I feel like you are kind of like pulling yourself out of an energy in this reading. I'm going to pull an extra row because this is rough here, Aquarius. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. I don't even know how many of you this actually is even going to make sense for because I've not had a reading like this in a long time. With the Three of Swords, you have this flirtation card here. See, like, it doesn't even make sense. Could be new love, of course, coming in for you in the future that heals your heart. So if you have gone through a heartbreak, I do feel that there could be something new coming in for you. It could be like a third-party situation as well for some of you if you went through a breakup. With the Four of Cups, you have this romance card. Are you kidding me? So clearly, if you're worried about love, there's new love coming in for you in the future. Something much better. I would be careful of, like, allowing a past hurt to affect new relationships coming in for you with that romance card. It's like sometimes I think if we've been through too many relationships that end in the same way, we're like, oh, well, that's what relationships are. And I feel like this is saying, like, don't create a story in front of yourself, right? Didn't I say this to you recently? Maybe not. It might not have been you, but I kind of get this feeling of needing to make sure that you don't create a story in front of yourself. And what I mean by that is, like, sometimes I think, we kind of start thinking too far ahead and we start thinking like, oh, everybody's like that. And so then that becomes our story. I feel like you need to believe that your story can be different, especially in love. With the Six of Cups, you have this flattery card. Look, here you go. These two people are facing opposite directions here if it wants to focus. These two people are facing the same direction. So if you went through some sort of separation or breakup, I actually feel like the next person you attract into your life could be very, much, much better, seeing eye to eye, much better connection, but you have to believe it. But Aquarius, can we see what the hell is going on here? Can we just get some clarity on, like, what this even is, or, like, what is this leading to? What's the outcome for Aquarius? You have the High Priestess. Maybe you've had to learn to trust your own intuition, right? You've had to learn to trust, like, your feelings or your intuition. I also feel like something in your life has a lot of potential as well. Like, she has no roof over her head. And this represents the fact that something that she's getting into has unlimited potential, but she needs to take action. She needs to believe it. And she has also shut herself out from the world. Number one, I would be careful of that in this reading. I feel like if you need to talk to people, if you need help, do it, right? Plain and simple. But sometimes I think that with that criticism card, it's like maybe you made a decision you regret because of other people. So I would be careful of allowing people into your life, like, allowing them to make decisions for you. You have this Star card. So I actually feel like your future looks very bright. Again, it's like you're climbing up this ladder. You might be in a little bit of darkness right now. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. And but I feel like you're on your way out. You're on your way up and out. You literally have that leg up card. So, I feel like for some of you, this is obviously you, Aquarius, very happy energy, and a card of, like, healing as well. You have the Tower to the Star, which does represent a healing. You also have the Ten of Pentacles. This is what you are heading towards. It's like without whatever the hell happened here, you would never have gotten here, Ten of Pentacles, like, in the future. Maybe you don't have Ten of Pentacles right now, but it's like sometimes we have to go through something so that we can get what we truly want. And, I feel, I always get these comments. I'm not picking on anyone here either, but I always get these comments that are like, oh, everybody cheats on me, so I'm never going to have love again. I'm like, you're basically saying that you learned nothing from those connections when you do that. You have to believe that things can get better. Number one, I believe in life, right? And I've proven it to myself. But number two, it's like you have to say to yourself, okay, what did I learn? What didn't I see? What didn't I pay attention to? What did I do? What did they do, right? And it goes both ways. And if we do that, then we're just not entering into situations blindly. This is beyond love, though, I feel that this is in all areas of your life. I think you need to start trusting yourself again, is what I'm getting here, Aquarius. So, I don't know. There you go, Aquarius. Pretty weird reading, but it's just a weekly reading, so I wouldn't get too bent out of shape, right? But let's see here. I'm going to pull, we're going to pull 5 main themes for you this week as well. You have this Lobster card. It says financial pinch. Again, I would be very careful of allowing your emotions to control your work with that energy. I also feel like you need more of a system, which is weird because, like, a couple of people have had this week where, It's like I'm going to start like a book club type thing. Not really a book club. I don't want to commit to that. But I'm going to start sharing more information about books that I read because, I think everyone should read the book Skip the Line right now by James Altucher. It's an amazing book. I love it. It's like one of my favorites. I actually just listened to it again because I mentioned it like a couple weeks ago to someone. And, it's just such a good book. But I feel like if you can like have a system, he talks all about systems and things like that in this book, but in a fun way. It's not like nerdy, like, not super nerdy, I should say. A little bit nerdy. But what I would say is, it kind of like, I feel like having a system, having something you can follow, it would like give you a direction. I feel like that's what this lobster needs. I feel like he needs direction. You have this well card. It says family wishes come true. So that's nice. There could be some sort of wish to come true here. You have this ink pot card. It says problems to be resolved. If you spill a bunch of ink, it's almost like that problem lasts forever, and I feel like that's how you're feeling. Is that true for you, though, Aquarius? I would say no. You have this egg card. I want to clarify. It says success assured with good plans and hard work. Are you kidding me? Exactly what I just said. But I feel like something could be cleaned up here, and I feel like it would be worth it to do it, especially in work or business. You have this bread card. It says period of prosperity and abundance. So it's like whatever you're experiencing right now is temporary. Three of Swords is the card of temporary energy, so there you go. You have this parrot. It says someone will gossip about you and all your secrets. Wouldn't even worry about it. Mars retrograde. Every single person that I read for and have read for during the whole entire Mars retrograde so far has had cards of gossip. And as I always say, Mars retrograde, ignore the gossip. Don't even engage in it, because if you do, then it's going to come back on you. If you just ignore it, it makes them look guilty, not you. So I always tell people, let people talk. Let them squawk at the top of their lungs. Won't even matter. And again, you have this criticism card. So maybe that's a lesson that you've learned, to not let other people live your life. Or maybe you're fearing criticism if you make certain decisions. But this is saying, like, who cares what other people think? Is what I get here. I don't know what the hell's going on here, but thank you for being here. If you made it to the end, really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your Sun, Moon, and Rising for full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.